All I hear is free Max B, free Max B. And Max B is home from prison now after serving, what, a 16-year sentence to 75. He was sentenced to 75 years. 2000, was it 9 or something like that, after 2006 unaliving of David Teller Jr. in a Jersey hotel, right? He ultimately in 2016 got his appeal went through and they reduced it down to 20 years. Ultimately, he ended up coming home on the 9th, right? Just getting out, right? 2025. But this is the thing. Now I understand why there's a separation and a split in the black community. Every day in urban areas across America, black men are unalived by the hands of other black men. And, oftentimes you hear free Roro, free Let Loose, free Pop Shot, free all these guys, man. And, a lot of these dudes be locked up because they're responsible for the deaths of other black men. And one thing that's sad, and I used to be a part of this, so now that I'm conscious, I can see it. One thing that's sad is nobody ever talks about the deceased person and their family. So because you like Pop Shot or Roro or Let Loose or or all those fancy names we like to use in the hood, Squeeze them and all that kind of stuff, because you like them, you yell free them, and but what about David Teller Jr.? What about his family? What about his children? Nobody cares nothing about that. Now, it was said that him and the boy Alan Plowden was riding around Harlem in nice fancy cars, flossing, jewelry and money, and the girl Gina Conway or whatever, she saw him. So Max, however, Max was supposed to be the one that orchestrated sending her and Kelvin Lederman over to the hotel room where they bust into the room to rob them in one room, but they had the money in another room. So when they tied the one guy up, they made the guy come over into the room, and when he came over, they offed him. They put one in his head. They rocked the sky piece, right? So he ultimately dies from his injuries. Gina testifies on everybody. She gets a 15-year sentence. Kelvin, who's supposed to be a stepbrother to Max B, he gets life plus 35 years, right? Max B gets 75 years. But we always hear, and I'm going to get flack from what I'm saying. I'm going to get flack right now for this video from my own people, because I'm asking the question, what about David Teller Jr.? Max B is responsible for going to jail for killing another black man. Responsible. Did he pull the trigger? No. But he was testified against by his codees that he was the one orchestrated and set the whole thing up. Right? Set the whole thing up. He went through an appeal. He came home off appeal. He home. But everybody's celebrating him. It's like we celebrating this dude like he just graduated engineering school or something. He's coming home from the unaliving of another black man. But that's how desensitized we are in the communities that we come from. And when you expect a black mother to care about the black community, when so many black mothers are crying from black boys dying, and we see how we celebrate the killers, right? So nobody's saying, hey, rest in peace, David Teller Jr. They got robbed, tied up, and unalived. But when I was in my younger years, I didn't think like this. But I think like this now, right? And I think that we've moved further along to the point where certain people shouldn't be celebrated. It's funny how when Big Meech came home, everybody celebrated him, right? And then people that's not even in the streets, when he was being called a snitch, nobody likes Big Meech. But y'all was loving Big Meech prior to him not getting out. So now, did Max B, did he roll over? Did he tell? Did he give up any statements on anybody to give back all that time? I don't know. But all I know is, my question I'm asking for everybody, what about David Teller Jr.? What about him? What about his life? Did his life matter? Did his life mean anything? Does his family, which are black just like us, do they mean anything to anybody? Oh, no, I forgot. You love Max B. So that don't even matter. So I want you guys to realize something what I'm saying. When you do this, you're saying F the black community. Because we do this with so many different people. Free such and such. Man, that dude got 18 bodies. Free such and such. Y'all don't care nothing about the deceased or the family. That's the black community. And you wonder why we can't come together and why we don't get along. Because I guarantee you right now, while the whole East Coast and places, East Coast corridor is celebrating, right now there's a family that's mourning this man being released. Nobody cares. But my question is, what about David Teller Jr., his children, and his family?